Hey, I'm Chris, and I just came back from another state auction, and this time, my driveway looks like a crime scene. A week ago, the state of Delaware had another auction, and this time I came home with 3 more Crown Vics. Now, getting these 3 cars was ironically a steal, but the crime doesn't stop there. There's much more to the story. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the auction results of the Crown Vics that were for sale at the auction. I'm going to show you the hidden fees and the real cost of buying these cars at an auction. I'll give you a tour of these cars and the details on them, as well as some of the more interesting things that were for sale at the auction. I'm also going to show you my wife's reaction when she came home to 3 more Vics sitting in the driveway, as well as what I need to do with these cars now. But before we get started, the real crime here was this piece of crap microphone I used in that last video. And I really got what I paid for with this turd, so be sure to give me a thumbs up for better audio. So at the auction, there were a total of 19 Crown Vics, and most of these cars were in pretty decent condition. However, none of them were perfect, of course. As an example, there was this really sweet 2005 with low miles, but after a closer inspection, I saw rust in the right rear quarter panel. The air conditioning was mildly cool, and it had a bad blend door actuator, so the cool air was blowing through the defroster vents. There were a bunch of unclaimed stolen merchandise too, including several TVs, a toolbox, a motorcycle, electric bicycle, kitchen appliances, baby monitors, and a whole bunch more. Here's an overview of the Vics that were for sale, their condition, and what they sold for. So I came home from the auction with these 3 cars, and I'm going to call them the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now they all run and drive really nice, and in fact I drove each of them home from the auction house to my home, which is about 20 miles with the air conditioning on without a single problem. But let me show you around these cars, give you the details, and let me explain why I call them that. This is the good car. She has 140,000 miles, but with idle hours a little on the high side. It has a rebuilt transmission, super tight body, and suspension too. There are 2 screw holes on the dash, and a pretty clean interior, good tires, nice paint. Except on the rear of the trunk lid where there is some buff marks. This one is the bad car with 152,000 miles but with a super low idle hour count. Again, 2 screw holes in the dash, clean interior, good tires, nice paint. New headlights, but again, buffer burn marks on the trunk again. And this one's the ugly, even though I really like this color the most too. The gauge cluster needs to be resoldered, but she's supposed to have 109,000 miles, has a clean interior, 2 screw holes in the dash, good tires, but there's shadow marks in the paint. So I paid a total of $3,756 for these 3 cars, and that comes out to an average of $1,252 per car. But that $1,252 per car isn't the total cost per car. There's more fees and costs involved. So I got the cars for $37.56. The auction house charges a $30 fee. My bank charges a $30 wire transfer fee. The state of Delaware charges a registration fee of 3.75% of the sale amount, and then a titling fee as well, for a grand total of $4,062. So somewhere between going to the auction last week and bringing these cars home this week, I neglected to tell my wife about my Crown Vic haul. Now, imagine her surprise when she came home to 4 Crown Vics sitting in the driveway. So once she realized there wasn't some type of police action taking place at our house, well, her reaction was kind of like this. And so that leads me to where I'm at now with these cars. You know the saying, a happy wife makes for a happy life? Well, that means these cars have to go, and they have to go fast. Now, I got these cars at what I think is a real nice price, and so I need to sell them for a nice price too. So, do you know anybody who wants a Crown Vic?